Hello and welcome. John and I just wanted to say a few very brief words of welcome and of introduction because we have a very full agenda with some of the world's most influential thought leaders, journalists, former government officials on both sides of the aisle, and people who have really have a deep stake in these debates. So we don't want to take too much time, but I did want to say just a few words. First of all, I am thrilled that you're all here, and I'm also extraordinarily grateful in an era when you could just sort of stay at home or stay at in your office. We know that our community has people who are, I know certainly over the last year, people whose schedules are really packed full. And so it means a huge amount to the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, to all of us, all of you who are part of it, that we actually take time to come together to think hard about America's global power and influence, what it's been over the last 250 years, what have been the sources of that power, geopolitically, economically, as an innovator, technologically, as an immigrant nation, as a democracy, as a source of human rights and law, and what is at stake as we mark the 250. That's been the guiding theme for this conference, this forum, as we've put it together. We are on the record. We do have a lot of people dialing in. We have 512 people registered to be here in person and several hundred more online. And we will continue to share the panels. Your questions are incredibly important to the conversation. Please make them succinct and say who you are, because we have such little time, but it's really important. The Chicago Council on Global Affairs has been polling the American public for more than 50 years. And that polling has really taken off over many of my predecessors, some of whom are in the room: John Riley, Marshall Baton, Lester Crown being Chair Emeritus, who really supported that polling. It's extraordinarily foundational. I don't think there's any other organization in the world that has consistently polled the American public for more than 50 years about what their views are on international engagement. And I did want to just say one thing. The peak of Americans' sort of cross the aisle support for global engagement was in 2002, and my colleague Dina, he leads that public opinion team, kindly sent me some numbers, and 71% of Americans supported active U.S. engagement in 2002, after 9/11, after the invasion of Afghanistan, or the engagement in Afghanistan. And ever since then, the margins between those who support and those who oppose have increasingly shrunk. And if you look back, Americans since the so-called silent generation, those born between 1928 and 1945, have been consistently and increasingly less supportive of America's global engagement. Half of millennials and Gen Z, only half, believe that America should have an active global role. So we're here to ask the big questions. We believe deeply in recognizing and understanding how the rest of the world looks at America. Many of you are representing the rest of the world. You have many consul generals here. They're deeply important to our mission. Many of you are from other countries and have made Chicago your home. Some of you have traveled in. Those voices are incredibly important. But thank you so much. John's going to say a word of thanks because we have tremendous people supporting us. And I personally am grateful to John's support also.
So thank you. Thank you, Leslie. I'm John Ettelson. I am board chair of the Chicago Council. And so add my welcome to Leslie's welcome. Great to see so many people here today. I think we've got an interesting and insightful day, so it should be terrific. Really appreciate you all being here. Particularly, I want to thank our partners. So the MacArthur Foundation for their generous support for this, and our community support partner, the Pritzker Military Museum and Library, as well as the University of Chicago Institute of Politics and the University of Chicago Public Policy School, as well as Northwestern and the Buffett Institute for Global Affairs. So very much appreciate their support and appreciate all of your support for being here. Thank you.
And I should also add, I didn't mention Ivo Dalder, the most recent president and CEO of the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, who really took the public opinion polling to being every year. And rumor has it he's going to make an appearance at some point today. So.